Hey, what's up, guys? It is Brandy, and we are doing a new series here, and it is my reaction slash review of season 2 of The Witcher. I spoke that I would be doing this, and I wasn't sure how I was going to break it down, but I've figured it out. We're breaking it down 2 episodes at a time because this season is 8 episodes, so I figured we would do 4 videos, 2 episodes breaking down and reacting to at a time, and then we'll go from there. I did this with Arcane. If you didn't see it, I'll put it up here. And I broke that down into 3 sections, which fit for Arcane because it was kind of split into 3. But trying to wrap up 3 episodes in one video felt like a lot. So we're doing less this time. So we'll start with the first 2 episodes. The first episode, basically, it gives you that introduction, back into the series. And then we have Geralt and Ciri, which I've been waiting for this. I wanted season 1, I wanted Geralt and Ciri to finally be together and do stuff. And we didn't get that pretty much the whole season until the very end. So I knew that this season was going to be heavy focusing on both of their relationship together and Ciri, becoming a Witcher and all of that good stuff. So I was so excited just at the start of this to see that we were already getting hints at new monsters that were coming in and new characters as well as old characters. We got a little bit of Yennefer and kind of the end of the big battle that happened at the end of the first season. So seeing her story and getting captured and all that stuff was interesting. But honestly, let's be real here. The focal point of the episode was Geralt and Ciri and him meeting up with his buddy. And honestly, I was very interested to see what was going to happen when he met up with his buddy, the dude that looks like the Beast. Honestly, I felt like this episode was a huge ode to Beauty and the Beast. I don't know if anybody else gathered that or got that, but when they first start talking to him and he's saying, he got cursed and the only way to, cure this curse is for someone to love him for who he truly is and yada, yada, yada. It's Beauty and the Beast. Exactly. And I think someone at some point he even said tale as old as time. I feel like I caught on that, which, come on. So I was so excited for that just because I love Beauty and the Beast. But the whole episode I thought was just so interesting. For an episode that was bringing in this character and concluding this character's timeline all in one go, I think they did an amazing job because I really felt for him. And then at the same time, I also was upset with him throughout the whole episode. And when the stuff with Ciri and I forget what the creature's name was, but the weird lady, I really liked the dynamic of her being in the house and them hinting, they foreshadowed her multiple times before she was actually introduced. And I don't know if anybody else did, but I kind of pieced together that she had something to do with the scene with the people dying in the village. I didn't necessarily know that he was hiding her until a little bit later on, but I thought it all just kind of came together really well, and I loved every aspect of it, and it was just so good that I wanted more episodes with this storyline, even though I know it concluded by the end of it, and they killed the monster and they left him and went on to, the second episode where they're at the Witcher training castle. I don't know what it's called. I forget. But I wanted more. It left me wanting more, which honestly, for the first episode of the series, it didn't necessarily have to be some big fighting scene or some crazy stuff or magic with Yennefer and all of this, but it did so well at drawing you in and wanting you to want more from the series right off the bat. And I'll be honest, I watched the first season in the course of one day, so I really didn't remember a lot of specifics because it's been a while since I watched it. Honestly, I might do a rewatch before the end of this season just to kind of remind me of where I was with stuff. But I feel honestly, you could have watched this first episode and been drawn in without watching the first season, which I think that's awesome. And they did a fantastic job with it. So the first episode right off the bat, absolute banger. Then we get to the second episode, which was also so well done. I'll be honest, when it comes to Yennefer's story and her being with the other chick and they were captured and all of the stuff with the elves and the witch lady. It was interesting, but I didn't care that much. And I'll be honest, even in the first season, I like Yennefer a lot from the games, but to be honest, in this show, I don't love Yennefer that much. I like her relationship with Geralt, but her story on her own isn't as interesting, in my opinion. And it's also kind of confusing. Like, especially in this episode, I wasn't understanding. Maybe this is just me not grasping the whole concept of everything. But the whole visions that they were having with the different hooded figures and how she related to the elves and all of this stuff, it was cool, but the overall concept of it all, maybe I was just missing the mark, but I didn't understand some of it. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I didn't think it was, like, bad, but I just didn't, I don't know. I wasn't as, like, connected to that. Like, I wasn't, like, jonesing to see what happened or how they got out of that situation per se. So when it gets to the end of the episode and Yennefer is like free and she's like screaming, I'm like, eh? And honestly, I didn't understand why she was screaming until episode 3, which I won't talk about that here because I'll put that into the next video so I don't spoil anything for anyone who hasn't gotten there. But I didn't grasp why she was screaming till I got to that episode. And I was like, oh, this makes sense. So that whole sequence, I was just like, hey, Yen, are you good? But aside from Yennefer's storyline, all of Geralt and Ciri's in the second episode was amazing. For those who don't know or whatever, they get to the Witcher training castle or whatever. I don't know what it's called. And Vesemir is there. And he, is the person who took Geralt under his wing. And I thought, right off the bat, the one Witcher, like, comes in and is like, I just fought this guy and blah, blah, blah. Something felt weird to me. Something felt off. I don't know. I just didn't like the guy. I kind of got, like, RAPE-ish vibes from him. I don't know why. He was just rubbing me the wrong way. Like, he was a real skeevy person, even though he was a Witcher and is supposed to be killing monsters and saving people. So, he made me very uncomfortable just right off the bat. And even though he was friends with Geralt and they were showing, like, flashbacks of them being friends, I don't feel like it was enough to validate him. And I still didn't like his character. So, when more and more hints came about that something was wrong with him, it just kind of made my feelings feel validated, I guess. And finding out that he was like he had become the tree monster thing wasn't really surprising because I felt like I said, something was off. And I don't know if something was off with him before the tree thing or if that made him more weird as a character. We don't really know because we never have seen this character before. So we're going off of like first opinions. And then the entire fight with the tree thing was just nuts. Like him fighting in that one room and Geralt just being the badass that Geralt is. And to be honest, I know they were trying to not kill him and figure out if there was a way to save him. But, like, I didn't give a crap about his character. So I was like, no, Geralt, pick this motherfucker out. I am done with him. And I thought it was so funny how, like, Ciri was, like, kind of with all of, like, the prostitutes. And they're all like, we need a peace. Like, this is not for us. And Ciri's just like, all right, your funeral. So I totally was expecting them to all run out and the tree guy, like, kill them. And when that didn't happen, I was, like, slightly disappointed. Not gonna lie. But there's always time for more people to die. And then the episode ends with Geralt starting to realize he needs to start training Ciri and that he can't just see her as like this little girl he needs to protect. He needs to work with her so that she can become, the Ciri that we know in the games, essentially. And I am so excited to see her true potential come about because I feel like we're finally getting the Ciri that we know and love. Or those of you that are new to the series, this is just her developing as a character. Those of us that are coming from the game or those have read the books, you know her potential, and I feel like we're finally like shit's going to happen in the next couple episodes. Like, I am ready. And ultimately, the first 2 episodes, I want to say, were absolute bangers. I was glued to my TV the whole time. I think it was the perfect start to this new season. Like, we have been waiting so long, and so far, I am not disappointed. And I cannot wait for more. So I am going to leave this video there, but I want your guys' opinion. What did you think of the first 2 episodes if you've watched them? Or if you've watched the whole series, do you love it? Do you hate it? How are you feeling? Please leave only comments regarding the first 2 episodes in the chat. I will be breaking this down into sections, so I'll put a playlist somewhere for you can click it. But let me know what you guys think so far. Are you a fan of the show? Have you watched the first season? Did you play any of the games? Did you read the books? You need to tell me what you know so we can talk about all of the things, because I am so excited for this, and I'm so excited to make this series with you guys. I took a lot of feedback that you guys left me after making my Arcane videos. It was my first time doing kind of like a review and response to a series, and a lot of you wanted more of my reaction and less description of the episodes. So I hope that I took that into account with this video and you guys like what I've put out here. Again, if you like this video in general, give it a big thumbs up. Let me know down below. And that is going to be it for me today. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys!